In this lesson, we will be demonstrating proper mulching. Mulching serves several benefits to trees in the urban landscape. First and foremost, it mimics the forest floor. The forest floor is rich in organic matter as trees and limbs fall to the forest floor and decompose. In the urban forest, a lot of times instead we have turfs and other plants that we're lacking the organic matter and the benefits that it provides trees. And so by adding mulch, we can mimic many of these benefits, including adding organic matter and having that organic matter be decomposed into the soil. Now, the mulch should be applied at least as far out as the drip line for young trees, and it should be applied no more than 2 to 3 inches deep. The reason for having the mulch not be no more than 2 to 3 inches thick is that if mulches are applied too thick, they can actually reduce the amount of moisture from rainfall that can reach the tree roots, and it can act as a hydrophobic layer. Also note that the mulch should be applied in a layer no more than 1 inch thick and to not touch the tree's actual stem. As rain and the trees are watered, we do not want that mulch intercepting rain, and instead we want that water to move directly into the root ball. As you move away from the root ball, the mulch layer can move to a 2 to 3 inch thick layer. This is an example of improper mulching. It is often referred to as volcano mulching because of the shape that it has around the tree. The problem with mulching trees in this way is that when it rains, it limits the amount of moisture that reaches down to the root ball of a tree that is becoming established in the landscape. Additionally, this mulch will become moist and it'll promote adventitious roots to grow up into this mulch layer and begin to circle around this tree. Years down the road, this will lead to girdling roots that can begin to girdle this tree as the tree expands in diameter. Another major problem with volcano mulching is that it keeps the stem of this tree moist. The stems on trees are not adapted to being constantly kept wet. As a result of this, they are very likely to become infected with a variety of pathogens, including fungi and possibly some insects. This will lead to trees that become increasingly unhealthy and can even lead to tree mortality in some cases. Apart from the benefits of nutrient cycling, mulches will also prevent competition from grasses that may want to sprout around the base of the tree. Grasses that sprout around the base of the tree are not only unsightly, but they act as a competition towards young trees that are trying to become established in the landscape. Additionally, the use of string trimmers to control these grasses can damage the cambium layers just underneath the bark, and that can fatally wound many of these young trees. The other added benefits of mulches are that they can mitigate the temperature of the soil by making the hot summer days and the hot temperatures not reach and allow the roots to heat up too much. It can also reduce the evaporation of moisture from the soil, and during cold weather, it can act as an insulator. As you can see here, we have an area that has been mulched a little bit beyond the drip line. It's a layer about 2 to 3 inches thick. We have very little mulch directly over the root ball. We have no mulch touching the stem of the tree. And that is how you mulch trees in the urban landscape.